Welcome to Mysteries, Myths, and Legends. I'm Taylor.
I'm Savannah.
And welcome to the show. Happy Wednesday, everybody.
Happy Wednesday. Today's a good day.
Today is a good day. Actually, it's a great day.
So, okay, today after work, I actually left work a little bit early just because I wanted to. And then I made my way over to the Humane Society.
Love
and
that.
I was like, I'm just gonna go look at the cats. And then 20 minutes later, I got one. So
Yay! Guys, we have a new assistant.
yes.
Love her. She's unnamed.
Yeah. At the moment, she
What a
does
little
not
cutie.
really have a official name,
You
but
gotta,
I'll announce it next week.
For sure.
So.
I mean, you gotta see her personality before you name a cat,
Exactly. Yeah.
Because I feel like I've always had, like, when I get pets, I, pick out a name, and it just doesn't fit them,
Yeah.
It happens. I think it took us, 2 full weeks to name Juju.
Yeah.
So,
see.
and I mean, his name is Juju. It's not that complicated.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's a lot of responsibility naming a
It
pet.
really is. It's like you want to make sure it fits and it doesn't sound that crazy.
Exactly. See, I kind of like the crazy, but
Yeah, I know. The crazy ones are fun, but
they are.
just, you want to make sure it has a good nickname qualities, you know.
Oh, 100%.
So,
100%. But you'll have to post her on our Instagram so you guys can see our new little assistant.
yes, I definitely will.
I can't wait, guys. I'm going to meet her this weekend, and I'm going to scream.
Oh my god, I'm excited for you to come.
I know. 2 weekends in a row, baby.
I know. I was just gonna say, we need to recap our past weekend
Guys, we had a big last weekend. Big.
Yeah. So we went to 2 different houses that we covered on here. So I mean, last week I covered the Bergwin Wright house, and we went there on Friday. And that one, it was cool seeing it, but I feel like we didn't really have any haunted experiences there.
Yeah, it was really cool. I mean, not the coolest house I've ever been in, for sure. But to be as old as it is, the oldest in Wilmington, guys,
Yes.
that nice is extreme. I mean, that house is extremely nice.
It is. It is.
I can't.
Wow.
It's okay. So it's like a party house. They didn't actually live in the house, which bougie. That's goals. I want a party house.
Honestly, yeah.
It's literally 5 steps away from all of the bars and all the fun in Wilmington. Goals, another goal. It's crazy. It was so crazy. But no, nothing scary. But the one thing that was kind of scary was where the old jail was. There was a hole in the floor to show where it used to be. Because if you remember, I said last week, there aren't really basements in Wilmington because I live in a beach city and it floods bad. So basements aren't really allowed. So when you said the jail was in a basement, I was like, interesting. But there was a basement and we could see a little part of it. And that was pretty creepy. I would not want to be in jail in that basement.
Yeah, definitely not.
So creepy.
It was cool otherwise, thinking about how it used to be there,
Yeah.
because we did the night tour, and we need to go back to the day tour for one.
Definitely.
But the night tour, they had it was all lit by candlelight. I mean, they were fake candles, but the same amount of light, and it was so dark. It's people really lived like this.
The fact that they
it was
live
crazy.
like that. They can't see anything.
Yes.
At all.
And then they still stayed up all night.
Literally.
At parties and stuff.
Guys, there weren't even street lights. There was light coming into the house from downtown, as I'm saying. Because obviously there's street lights, there's signs and stuff. But that wasn't a thing back then.
Yeah.
So it was even darker than when we were there. Which is just mind boggling. Because, guys, it was dark. It was real dark.
Yeah. Yeah, it made me feel grateful for all of the light we have now and stuff.
Oh, I'm so thankful for light. For real.
Yeah. Yeah. And we got to see the Latimer house that Taylor covered.
Yes, we sure did. And I knew the house was going to be creepy, but I didn't think it was going to be that creepy. Honestly.
Yeah, see, this one was creepier. It was definitely...
Yeah, and because we went to the Bergwin Wright house the night before and it nothing happened at all and it was not scary at all, my hopes were low.
Yeah.
I mean, they were a little bit high for the Latimer house just because I knew the background. But after the Bergwin, I was like, maybe nothing will happen. But boy, was I wrong.
Yeah.
We start out, okay? We park our car, whatever, and we're walking to the house. And I knew where the house was, but when we walk up to it, like all the lights are off. There's not really cars there, and there's nobody there. So we're like, what's going on? Like, there's no way it can just be us, right? Like,
There's
only
no
us.
there's no sign or anything
No
either.
sign.
Like, I thought there would be a sign saying, come in
Right.
here, you know?
No direction. No, nothing. Literally nothing. So just picture me, Savannah, and Garrett just walking around this haunted house. Like, it felt like we were trespassing. We were just walking all around it, trying to open every door, every window. Like, everything was locked.
Yeah, that scared me too when it felt like we were trespassing.
Dude, I didn't even care about the trespassing. I was like, I think we're going to get stolen and murdered right now.
Yeah.
That's what it felt like.
Yeah, it felt like it was like a fake thing.
Because we're also like walking around this really old house. Like, there's a slave building, like what used to be the slave building right there. I'm like, this just feels wrong.
Yeah.
So automatically my gut feeling was like, this ain't good. Turns out we were just there 30 minutes early because the time online was wrong. So that's why.
See, which didn't really make sense because nobody else was that early, but apparently everyone got the same time. So
Right. That was a whole weird mix up that I just don't even know how that happened.
Yeah. Yeah, there was some sort of mix up and we were there early.
Yeah. So but because we were there early, they just like let us in, locked us in, first of all. Not just let us in. They let us in the basement and locked the door behind us. So we were stuck in there. And we sat in this little weird basement room that was so creepy. The lighting was so weird and yellow and like it was giving the back rooms, if you know what that is.
Yeah, yeah.
And we were sitting right beside the kitchen with that table that, if you remember the episode, that was used like as like the morgue, kind of like where they chopped up the bodies and stuff.
Yes. Wait, what episode was it again?
It was episode 53, if you want to listen to it. And that's a really good episode. So I recommend everybody needs to go listen to that. But yeah. So I think I did snap a couple pictures of the table. So I hope maybe we'll remember to post those for this episode. But no, it was just so creepy. But do you want to tell them what else happened, Savannah?
Yes. So this was also a night tour as you just said. And it was basically like the same sort of premise. Like they were like the other house, it was lit by candlelight because that was the lighting back in the day. But for the Latimer house, it was sort of imitating gas lighting. Mm-hmm. So a little bit more light, but still pretty dim.
Yeah.
And the lights were on like dimmer switches so it could be brighter and darker. And as the tour guide was talking, the lights started to dim.
Like
and
almost fully off. Dim.
Yes.
Like when I say
really
dim, I mean pretty much dark.
Yes. And then he actually stopped talking and he was like, do you want to fix that to like his assistant or something?
Yeah.
So that tells me like that wasn't supposed to happen.
And then like when she tried to fix it, I saw her like push up the dimmer, like to turn the light on, and literally the light did not change at all. And I was like, my heart went right into my butt when that happened because I was like, and the way he was acting, it was like that was not planned, that was not supposed to happen. It was weird. But I was like, maybe they're just tricking us, you know? Mm-hmm. Like just maybe. And then it just proceeds to happen. Like every now and again, some rooms it's happening. And so we asked him at the end, we were like, yo, what's up with these lights?
Yeah.
And he was like, I don't believe in ghosts. I think it's just the electricity.
Yeah.
And I was like, sir, I don't know. But the other tour guide was like, oh, maybe it's little Zebby. Like talking about Zebulon Latimer, who built the house and was like the head of the house. And she was like, yeah, maybe it's just him messing around. And I was like, okay. It was so scary.
Okay. And also I think 3 or 4 of the rooms we were in, we were only in 4 rooms, but
like 4 rooms upstairs. Yeah.
Yeah. All of the rooms, every one we went in dimmed and the one next to us wouldn't.
Yeah. So once it happened in the first room, I was like, maybe it's a scam. So when it happened in the second room that we were in, I made sure to like look at the other rooms to see like if all of the lights were doing it. Cause I was like, I need to see. if it's really happening. It was not happening in all of the rooms at the same time. It was only happening in the rooms where we were standing.
Yeah.
And nobody else was in the other rooms.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and okay, and I like looked over at, because like there were other tour guides in the back not talking. They were just there, you know, just there. And I would look to the light switch to make sure it wasn't them trying to creep us out. And nobody was touching it.
Nobody was touching it. Nobody was even near it sometimes that it was happening. So like it definitely was not a person doing that. So maybe it was the electricity of this house. Maybe it was a ghost. I don't know. Personally, I don't think it was the electricity. I think that was real weird. Yeah. Really, really weird. I don't know.
Yeah. So yeah, that's our little haunted experience. Yeah. Because that was super, it was creepy.
Yeah.
But we're going to have to go back to that house during the day too.
Definitely.
Because these night tours were fun, but they don't show everything.
It's not actually even a tour. Yeah. It's like, well, I mean, I guess it is. But like we didn't get to see all of it. So we will definitely be going back, and maybe we'll have more encounters, which is scary to think about going back to that one.
I know. Yeah.
We also got some candy.
Oh, we did. Weekend. Yeah,
we found this like candy store that had every single kind of candy you could ever imagine. And boy, did we get candy. Love that for us.
Yeah, and we wanted to go back because we had limited time when we went. Yeah. And then when we went back, they were closed.
And they weren't even supposed to be closed. Rude.
Yeah.
So rude.
Unfortunately.
No more candy for us. It's okay. Our teeth didn't need it.
Yeah, honestly. I have way too much candy here.
I have so much candy. It's really so funny.
We tried some pickle flavored taffy.
Taffy, guys. Yeah. Sickening.
I didn't think it was that bad.
Yeah, Savannah didn't think it was bad. Garrett liked it. He said he would eat it again. Me personally, absolutely not. I thought I couldn't swallow it.
Yeah, you spit it out.
I couldn't. I tried. I really did try. Ew, it just, I don't know. Something about like the taste plus the texture was not it. I don't even like a soggy pickle though. So
yeah, I feel you.
I don't know. If it was like crunchy taffy, maybe it would have been different.
Crunchy taffy.
I don't know. Disgusting. Okay. But if you would, please go rate and review us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Per usual. But other than that, I don't really have anything else for intro topics. What about you?
Okay, yeah, I can get started.
Let's do it.
So this week I have something a little bit different.
Ooh,
it's
unusual.
Somewhat, yeah, it's a mystery. We'll put it in that category.
Okay, on one hand I'm happy, on one hand not.
There's some sort of solution to it though.
All right.
Sort of. So this is the story of the Golden Apple Tale, which is an armchair treasure hunt.
Okay.
Do you know what an armchair treasure hunt is?
Absolutely not.
I didn't really know either. So I sort of looked up the definition. So I'll just read what I found. An armchair treasure hunt is a produced hunt for a treasure which has been intentionally hidden and requires the solving of clues to either physically find a selected treasure, or physically find a secreted treasure, or provide a correct claim for the treasure's hunt prize. So basically, somebody makes the hunt and like makes all these clues and hides something, and then somebody out there like solves it and finds it.
Okay, that sounds like a treasure hunt that I want to do. Like if I know something is like, if I know there's a treasure out there for sure, I'm so down to do it.
Yeah. So these are we'll do today. So if you look up armchair treasure hunts, like you might be able to find one that you can try to do.
I'm going to.
Yeah. So this one is called the Golden Apple Tale, and it was started in 1982. So a long time ago. So this one was it was advertised in the back of magazines. And
interesting.
Yeah, so it was like you basically buy this book and use it to figure out where the treasure is.
That's cool.
So I have an ad here. So another thing I'm going to read word for word. So this ad was like in the back of a magazine in 1982. So it says, hidden somewhere in the United States is an extraordinary golden apple jewel made of 18-karat gold and adorned with precious stones. Within this book, clues, both visual and verbal, reveal the jewel's hiding place. Whoever solves the riddle first shall have transportation to that location, paid by the publishers, and become the owner of a truly unique treasure.
Oh.
And then it like lists pricing for the book.
All right. Now, if I saw that, I would buy it immediately.
I know. See, like, it seems like fun, right?
It really does.
So basically, this treasure, you know, you get the book and it could be anywhere in the continental U.S.
Okay.
So you just have to figure it out. But it honestly, I looked at the book because it's available as a PDF, so I read it. It's not that long. But
Really?
the clues and stuff, it's like a story, so it's really hard.
Well,
It's
yeah.
hard to figure
Of course. Yeah. I mean, you have to imagine there's only one golden apple.
Yeah,
So, like,
like,
they have
it's a
to make,
lot.
they kind of have to make it hard.
And the picture of the golden apple made it look more like a necklace
Oh,
that has
interesting.
like an apple
So
charm.
it's, like, really small.
I think so. But I think it's hidden inside like a golden apple, you know?
Oh, yeah, yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know. Yeah. So basically this book actually didn't sell a lot, unfortunately. So not many people wanted to solve the prize, solve for the treasure, you know. So
Yeah.
and because of this, the book is very rare. There's not a lot of physical copies, but there is a PDF, like I said, and it's 32 pages, so not that long.
What? That is so crazy to me.
Yeah. And the book, it is written by a man called Cam Kaskin, and that's actually a pseudonym, so that's not even his real name. So nobody really ever knew who wrote it either. So that's part of the mystery, I guess, you know.
Even more of a mystery, yeah.
So this mystery, this little armchair treasure hunt, it sort of faded away because people weren't interested in it at first, and then it resurfaced on the internet in like the mid 2000s because people started getting into them again, and they're like, oh, this one like was never solved, so let's go back to it, you know.
Yeah.
So I actually, when I was looking stuff up for this, it's hard to find. Sometimes it's really hard to find information on stuff like this.
Yeah.
But
sure.
there's a podcast that I found called Live from the Code Bar. So I'm gonna shout them out, I guess.
I don't.
They basically talk about armchair treasure hunts, like this one, puzzles, escape rooms, like mystery, like that kind of stuff.
That's cool. I want to listen.
Yeah, and it sounded like that they have a group online that like they all come together to like solve these things together
That's so fun.
and help each other. So that's, yeah.
I'm joining.
I honestly, like, it could be fun.
Why am I like, let's solve an armchair mystery this weekend?
Like,
It's really not that simple, but in my mind,
yeah,
like,
it's not
it is.
like in a weekend. No, probably not.
Definitely not.
Okay, so from this podcast though, I got a lot of good information. But if you want to go listen to them, I'll link that episode below. I listened to it. I have a YouTube link for it. So
Love it.
yeah. So the Golden Apple Tale. In the book, there's like a story and some illustrations.
Wow, story and illustrations in only a 32-page book. That's kind of crazy. And it's supposed to be like this extremely nice treasure. That makes me know that it's extremely hard.
Yeah. It seems really hard because when I read through it, I was like, how are you supposed to get clues from this?
It's
like,
giving, I would get frustrated so easily and give up so fast.
I mean, I can link that. I'll link that below too, so you guys can go and look at it.
Yeah.
And I'll send it to you, Taylor,
Yay.
because it's just interesting because, like, yeah, you just have to like read between the lines and like look at the pictures and stuff and see what's hidden in them, I guess. I don't even know.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I have okay, so more about the book. On the pages with like the illustrations, there are poem verses that are like sort of out of order, and the verses like need to be put into order. So that is one step in it, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And some people online like have them in different orders, like what they think it's supposed to say, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And on the pages without illustrations, so it's sort of like is all interwoven in between. But
Yeah.
on the pages without, there are like there's like a story. So I'll sort of summarize the story. It's kind of long though. Well, I mean it's not.
We have
It
time.
yeah. Um, you're right. Okay, so let's start this story. So the story follows the Donleg family, and they have an orchard. They sold apples and cider, and they were like the best apples and cider in the whole nation.
You're making me want apples and cider.
Honestly, me too.
I might actually have some cider in my fridge.
I don't.
Tragic.
Tragic. So one night, the family, they were all sitting inside with a fire going in their fireplace, and the father of the family, they told them the legend of the golden apple.
Ooh, the legend of the golden apple.
Yes. So it's sort of a story within a story. So the story, like the legend of the golden apple, goes like this. So the father's grandfather, so like the great grandfather to the sons, you know, if you're following.
Yeah.
Willis, his name's Willis.
Willis.
He's the one who started this apple farm. Their family apple farm.
Okay, Willis.
So, one day he rode out near town on his horse and he saw two men beating up a Native American.
Ugh, I hate it already, thanks.
Yeah. Yeah. So he yelled at them and
As he should, Willis.
yeah, he got them to leave him alone. He got them away. And after they left, Willis went to see if the Native American was okay.
Aw.
And in the book, they say Indian, but I'm just going to say Native
Yeah,
American.
thank
because,
you.
Yeah.
Thanks for that.
So he was unfortunately badly beaten. But Willis saw that he had some markings on him or like on his clothes or something. So he saw that he was a Sioux. Or that's how you say it, right?
Yeah.
Sioux.
Yeah, Sue.
So he brought him to the tribe because he knew, where they were. And just dropped him off, and then he went home.
Wow, he's great.
Yeah, so he helped him out and went home. So 2 days later, after this, after he, left this guy, the Sioux chief actually shows up to his house. And at first he was like, why is the chief here? This is weird.
Yeah.
But he was coming to thank him.
That's sweet.
Yeah, so he said, thank you for saving my son, because I guess that was his son.
Oh, snap.
Yeah, so it's even bigger of a thank you.
Like huge.
Yeah, and he left a gift for Willis.
Aw.
So the chief put a medallion on the branches of one of the apple trees, and he said, now your fruit will be abundant, your lifelong.
That is so cool.
Yep. So after the chief left, he went to inspect it, and it was a golden apple medallion.
Ooh.
So the golden apple.
The golden apple.
So he said to his wife, well, let's just keep it here and sort of see what happens. Because at first they were like, well, should we like take it off and try to sell it? Because it looks like it's worth some money.
Course, yeah.
I don't know. But they're like, no, let's just see what happens. So the months and years to come, after that, and like weeks, like right after this happened, the fruit that came off of their trees was amazing, and the orchard was so incredibly successful.
Oh, yay.
Yes. So this actually turned it into the most successful and the best apples in the country.
What? No way.
Yeah, so just like I said before, like how they have the best apples and the best cider in the whole
Mm-hmm.
country, this is why.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I
I
believe it too.
see, that makes me want to taste it.
I want to taste it so bad. I would do anything. Wait, where is it? Did you say?
No, it didn't say.
Dang. We got to find it, remember?
Yeah, exactly, exactly. um, well, I guess near a Sioux tribe.
True. Hey, you know what? There's some in North Carolina.
Hmm.
I
I don't
think.
know.
Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong about that completely.
I feel like isn't Sioux Falls a thing?
It's definitely a thing, but where is it? That's the question. You know we're not good at
North
geography.
Dakota,
Oh,
South Dakota.
one of the Dakotas.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, yeah, we don't know.
Okay, a little bit more to the story. So, uh, there's another family, the McIntosh family. They lived a few miles from the Dawn Legs, and they were another farm um, that also had apples. And they were really, really jealous of the Dawn Legs because their orchard was way better than theirs.
Mm. Sorry, not sorry, Macintoshes.
Exactly. Jealousy, jealousy is a sin. So,
Yep, sure is.
yeah. So, the Macintoshes, they made most of their money on their other crops, like potatoes and corn, but they were still jealous of the Dawn Legs because they just wanted to have the best orchard. They're like, we don't care about our other crops. They're like,
Wow.
we need to beat them,
Wow, yeah. Rude.
Yeah, honestly. So they also knew of the golden apple story and why their stuff was so good
Oh no.
because everybody in town knew about it.
Oh no.
So, of course, they came up with a plan
Of course they
to
did.
just do something to them.
Mm-hmm.
So their plan was that they would go into the orchard late at night with a ladder and a lantern and find the golden apple.
See, they're so stupid for that. They are so stupid for that.
Why?
I just feel like that's dumb. I would never mess with anything like that. Because obviously
Yeah.
there's like something behind it. If it's making like all these crops really good, like that's
Yeah.
magic I'm not trying to mess with.
Uh-huh. No, that's true. That's true. See, and they sort of knew that too because they didn't steal it. They just moved it.
Okay. See,
Yeah.
yeah, they were scared too. I would be, and as they should be.
Yeah, so they were superstitious. So they're like, we don't want to get any bad luck from this, so we're gonna move it from one tree to another, and we're gonna paint it red to blend in with the apples.
Okay, actually, that might be worse. I feel like it might be better just to take it.
What you think? Like,
Then
don't
to
paint
paint
it.
it? Yeah.
Don't mess with it.
Yeah, I think not paint it. I
Yeah.
mean, I wouldn't do anything with it. I would just leave it there, but I definitely wouldn't paint it. I would at least take it.
Yeah. No, I get you. Yeah, I don't know what I would do. I mean, I would probably just not do anything. But,
Yeah. Hopefully, I would be the one to have it.
Yeah, exactly. Like, were the Macintoshes the ones who were like beating up
Exactly.
that guy?
That's
or-
what I was gonna say.
Yeah, I don't know. We don't know.
Hmm.
Things to think about.
Mm-hmm.
But okay, so they moved it to another tree, right? And then the next day, the Dawn Legs, they went out to pick their apples to, to sell them. They went to harvest. They boxed up all the apples for shipment, and they had to ship apples to all 48 states
Oh wow.
because, their apples are that good. They got to go everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, they ended up picking the golden apple that was disguised
Oh no.
and boxed it up for shipment
Oh no.
in one of the boxes
No.
that are going to all of the states.
Oh, that's not what I was expecting. That's horrible.
Yeah. So it's in one of them. So that's why it's somewhere out there in one of the 48 states. You don't know which one.
Wow.
So yeah, the Macintoshes, they found out their plan worked and they bragged to everyone in town.
Oh, wow. Yeah,
They're
way to go, guys. Now we don't have any more good apples. Like, y'all are so dumb.
honestly, I don't. It didn't say anywhere that it made their apples any less good. So like, it didn't really do anything.
Okay, so the joke's really just on them.
Yeah, no, it totally is just on them. Because the townspeople actually ran the McIntoshes out of town.
Good, as they should.
Yeah, and like they're like, you're never allowed to come back. Leave and don't come back.
I'm so happy.
hmm And they ended up selling their farm and moving out west. And they actually sold their farm to Willis.
No, they did not.
Yeah, so the Don Lake farm doubled in size.
That's so funny.
And now they had all these amazing apples on double the land.
Wow.
So,
Yeah, jokes on the Macintosh family.
no, definitely. So, I guess that story, I mean, I thought it was long, but maybe it's not.
No.
So the book ends with them finishing, like, you know, because it started in the beginning of like a dad telling his family about this. So it ends with going back to that family and finishing up the story, and they have some apple pie. So
you're
the
just
book
making me
ends.
hungry.
I know. I know. So, so yeah, that's like the gist of like the story part of it. And then in the book itself, like there's like little like the wordings and stuff you could pick out and be like, oh, does that mean that it could be here, could be there, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And in the pictures you can pick out some clues, in those little poems that I said. So yeah, I don't know. There's like a lot
this
of
is
theories
unsolved.
online. Kind of.
Okay.
I do have a little bit more to tell you.
Okay.
So, where is the treasure?
Yeah, I want to know.
It is still out there. We know that
No
for sure.
way.
Yeah, since 1982,
No
it's still
way.
out there.
45 years? Or that's not
Nobody-
math, but like something like that. 40. That's crazy.
Yeah. So nobody's went and got it. It was determined that the treasure is in Grand Rapids, Michigan.
What? How is it determined?
Honestly, I don't even really know. 'Cause like these people, I was like listening to these people on this podcast, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they somehow found the author.
Like the real person?
Yes, the real author.
How the heck did they do that?
I don't know, because his name, like in the book, is a pseudonym.
Yeah.
So they somehow, like, because they have a group of people working together, you know?
That's so crazy.
And somehow they found this guy, but they didn't say his name. They're not gonna like out him and say like, oh, it's him.
Well, good.
Right?
Let's not dox the poor man.
Yeah.
It's probably
but
Willis.
maybe
But
his
not
name's Willis.
me doxing the man.
It could be. Maybe some of the hints were in the book, or I don't
That's
even
what
know.
I'm assuming. They got it from the book. Like they are solving the mystery.
These guys are really treasure hunters. I don't know.
Yeah.
But so one of the people on the podcast I was listening to, he actually went to talk to the guy.
No way.
Because he was like, I'm gonna go, like, they found out who it could be. They're like, okay, it could be this guy. And they, like, were like, okay, you go and, like, knock on his door and ask him if it's him.
Mm-hmm.
And so he did.
And he just said, yeah?
He went to the house, and he's like, oh, yeah, and the house has, like, signs all over it saying, beware of dog, and, like, no trespassing, and all the scary signs.
Mm-hmm.
And then, he even said that there was like a fake dog barking noise and like cameras and stuff. So like this guy's like doesn't want people near his
he's
house.
got that golden apple in that house though.
I mean, I don't know. But he knocked on the door and the guy answered, and he was actually really happy that people were interested in his story still.
That's so cute.
Yeah, so he actually, like, his house was, you know, made him seem a little scary, but he was actually a nice guy.
Oh, cute.
So that's good. But yeah, the author himself, he confirmed, he's like, yeah, it's still out there. And he He actually lives in Grand Rapids, Michigan, so that's why they figured out that's where it is. Because the author himself, he was saying that he passes the location on a regular basis.
You have to stop right now.
Yeah.
Savannah, I'm solving this. I want it. I live
Yeah.
or next trip, Grand Rapids, baby. Here we come.
We could do it. Yeah, so he says he passes, well, actually I have written down that he passes by it daily.
Okay. So is it still painted red?
I don't know. I don't know if it's painted red or if it's actually gold,
Wow. Okay, this is so crazy.
To match with the book, it should be painted red, right?
Yeah, it should be.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, this is literally the craziest thing I've ever heard, I think.
I know, right? Like, it's pretty cool. He said that he was worried about construction in Grand Rapids, like, messing with his hiding spot, but he said it hasn't yet.
Well, it's a really good hiding spot. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah. I don't know.
Wow. I'm pretty shook right now.
So we could technically solve it and go out there and find it. Unless, I know I listened to this podcast and I think, it's still pretty new. So, like I don't think it was recorded that long ago. I don't remember the date. Mm-hmm. But I'm like, have they solved it by now?
Well, we have to ask them. We have to reach out to them. Because I need to know. I genuinely need to know. And if not, I'm going to be like, can I please join the search?
Right.
Because can you imagine if we come on here and just be like, hi guys, this week we're going to tell you how we solved the mystery of the golden apple.
I know. Yeah.
That's needed. That is needed.
Yeah.
There's also crazy.
I also forgot to mention about the book itself. There's like misspellings and typos and stuff.
That's probably purposeful.
That's what so like it could be purposeful, but it also could just be it was badly written. So
yeah, that's true.
You don't really know.
Yeah, that's the risk you take with doing a mystery, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, like I feel like I need to look more into armchair treasure hunts like this because that's kind of cool.
100%. Also, kind of want to start my own. It's going to be a really small treasure, but
that would be cool. Yeah.
That sounds kind of fun too. Yeah, I've never heard of that before, but that's really cool.
Yeah,
like,
I know.
What? That is just, you have just really truly blown my mind.
I know, yeah, like there's like just treasures like this out in the world. And that just like makes me, it just like brings me so much happiness just about humans in general, just because it's like, wow, we're just like hiding little treasures for each other.
Why are we so adorable?
Right?
That's so cute.
There is some good in the world.
What? Like, I can't, like this whole time, normally the stories we tell in here, we have to like kind of take with a grain of salt, like, because we don't know if they're true or if they're not, but like this is true? Like,
yeah,
what?
I know.
This one seems so unbelievable, but it's just true. Like,
yeah,
wow.
And I don't know how I even found this one. I think I
saying.
Looked up, I might have Googled like
mysteries.
I think I did. I looked up like mysteries or something, like unsolved mysteries, and this came up as like top 10.
That's so wild.
Yeah, so
it's a big one. That's a real big one. Wow. Well, yeah, definitely know what I'm going to be doing later tonight. Some armchair. Why? Do you know why they're called that?
Maybe because you sit at home to solve it.
Yeah, I guess you kind of have to get a good armchair to solve one. That's what I know. Wow. That was such a good story. Wow. Love that.
Thanks.
Yeah. Well, I guess moving right on along to mine. I guess let's just jump into it. I have for you the legend of Hugging Molly. Now, but okay, we're in Alabama this week, so it's actually Huggin Molly. Okay.
Okay. I got
you. Country accent. Huggin, literally Huggin apostrophe. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Huggin Molly.
Huggin Molly. So yeah, as I said, we're in Alabama, and we're specifically in Abbeville, Alabama. And you know what? I just realized I did not look up how to say that, so hopefully that's right. But Abbeville, Alabama. And actually, that city is the oldest in Alabama. So creepy. Okay. So the people, literally every single person in Abbeville knows this legend of Huggin Molly. So it actually depicts a woman by the name of Huggin Molly, as a like humongous, like giant woman, supposedly over 7 feet tall,
Oh
who is
my god.
also as big around as a bale of cotton.
Oh my god. Okay.
That's how they describe her.
Okay. Okay.
So, yeah. So not only is Huggin Molly this like huge legend in this town and just Alabama in general, it's also an extremely popular restaurant in Abbeville. Huggin
Oh,
Molly's, the restaurant.
did that come after?
Yeah,
I'm
it came
guessing.
after.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
so the founder of the restaurant is a man by the name of Jimmy Rain, and he grew up in Abbeville like his entire life and heard the legend literally since he was born. So he was like, you know what? What's a great way to commemorate this legend? A restaurant fully based on the legend. And I think that needs to become like a chain. Guys, let's start like legend restaurants everywhere. That's cool. Like,
Right.
imagine
Right.
Bigfoot Cafe. Dope.
Yeah.
Like,
The Jersey Devil.
yeah,
Like, come on.
exactly. Like
Why is
the
that not a
Jersey
thing?
Devil Eatery. Like I'm just thinking, like, I don't know. There's so many possibilities out there.
Mm-hmm.
So the restaurant is this family style eatery, and apparently it looks like very vintage in there, like throwing it back to the olden days. So that's cool. Good vibes. Jimmy, the founder of the restaurant, he said that anybody who grew up in Abbeville grew up knowing the legend of Huggin Molly. And if your mom and dad didn't want you to be out after dark, they'd tell you that Huggin Molly was going to get you. And you believed it too. That's what he
Oh,
said.
scary.
Scary. Not good. So when Jimmy was asked if he really truly, like, for real, believed in the legend, he recounts the story of how his best friend Tommy Murphy actually saw Huggin Molly with his own eyes.
What? Oh my god.
Yeah. So I'll get into that a little bit later. Um, Keep that in the back of your minds. But before I get to the actual legend, Abbeville, the town, actually suffered a huge tragedy right at the beginning of the 1900s. So this is before the legend started, okay? It was early 1900s, and an arsonist burned down the entire town, every building, to the ground.
What? Oh my god.
Yeah. And he was never caught. So literally just, I mean, killed people, destroyed everything anybody in the whole town owned. And right after this arson and the town started rebuilding, the legend of Huggin Molly was born. So we'll get into why that is a little bit later too. But, just a little backstory. So in Abbeville, it said that children and everyone, but mostly children, should always be home before dark because there's no telling what hides in the shadows. Except for, we do kind of know what hides in the shadows.
Molly.
Molly. As I said, allegedly, there is a 7 foot tall woman who is wearing all black and a wide brim hat, waiting in the shadows for you if you're out after dark.
See, I'm already
Yeah.
scared to be out after dark. So
Yeah,
like,
same. Like I don't even need a legend. I'm scared already.
yeah.
So it's said that she wanders through the night in disguise of the shadows. Like she'll hide in trees, bushes, really literally anything that has a shadow, she's there. Which I hate that. Like hate that. Don't like shadows as it is. It said that she's always looking for her next victim, and that once she finds her victim, she will walk up to them and give them a really big hug, squeeze them real tight, and then as she's hugging her victim, she will scream piercingly loud into your ears.
Okay, what?
But then, simply, she will just let you go, and she will carry on, and that'll be that. And you're fine, and she's fine, and that's fine.
So there's not really anything that happens.
Just get a big old hug and a scream, I guess.
Okay. I mean, that's just like a family reunion. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, that's so true. Wow. Yeah. So, I mean, as legends go, I wouldn't be too afraid of Huggin Molly at this point. It could be a lot
Yeah.
worse.
No, yeah, I totally agree. I thought you were gonna say she like hugs you until you like
Like squeezed to
suffocate
death.
or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
No,
something like
I
that.
think she's just a little angry. She just honestly needs a hug, and then she's just a little angry. She just needs to scream it out. Yeah. So the real person, the real Molly, It's still a mystery as to like who she really was. And there are so many different versions of who she really was. So I'll tell you some of them. There's not really like a confirmed one that is like more believed than others. So I just stuck with like the most popular ones that I've was able to find. So in some accounts, Hugging Molly was a woman who lost her own child, and because of her loss, she like went crazy and then like went after the local children to avenge her kid's death. So maybe, but like also
Okay,
she's not
that's
doing anything to the kids,
yeah.
But
Yeah, like avenging would in that like involves like,
killing them,
yeah,
yeah. I
like doing
mean,
something bad, right?
yeah, that's what I would think. But maybe she thinks that like giving like maybe she just needs a hug. Like, from a little kid. And then she gets mad that she lost her kid. And, like, that's why she screams in your ear.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that sounds,
Yeah.
yeah, sounds feasible.
Sounds feasible, I suppose. But in other accounts, the real Huggin Molly was a woman who lived in town who was actually murdered in cold blood on the streets of Abbeville. And now she haunts the town looking for who killed her.
Oh my God.
And
See,
so, like,
like,
she'll hug you, and, like, I guess they're assuming that, like, she hugged the person who killed her, and then so, like, when she hugs them, she'll know, and she screams in your ear because you're not who killed her.
okay, okay.
So, that's horrible,
Yeah, see,
if that's true.
all of these options are like something horrible happened to this lady, and now she just
Exactly.
hugs random people and screams at them.
Exactly. Like, either way, regardless, it's sad. It's
Yeah.
just sad. But can you just imagine? Like, I just really need you to imagine you're a kid walking these streets. You're like walking home from your friend's house, right? And you just see a 7-foot tall woman in a long black dress and a huge hat, and she just gives you a hug and screams in your ear? Oh no. Oh no. I don't even care that she doesn't do anything bad. That's sick. I would throw up. I would be so afraid.
Yeah.
Like, oh no, no, no. That would be horrifying. Okay, so a personal story of Huggin Molly. There was a boy named Michael who was walking home late one night from a friend's house, as I just said, and he heard something walking along like the road kind of behind him as he's walking. And at first it just sounds like maybe it's an animal, like, brushing through some trees. He looks back, there's nothing there. Whatever. He keeps hearing it, but he's like, it's just an animal. But then he hears kind of like a shuffle on the sidewalk. So it like sounds closer. And so obviously he turns around and he could see a dark figure standing like just barely out of the reach of the streetlight. Which,
oh
no. No. Not into that at all. He said that the figure was very tall and wearing either like a really dark cloak or a dress, but he said that he didn't look long enough to really, really see what she was wearing, which that would be me. I would be running so fast. So Michael turns his back to whatever creature is standing in the shadow, and he starts speed walking to his house. He's not that far. He's pretty close. So he's hot girl walking to his house.
Yeah. Exactly.
So at this point, he's only 1 block away. Okay, he's so close. He peeks over his shoulder just to, see, like, is she following me? I don't know. When he looked over his shoulder, he realized that the figure was matching his pace, but actually a little bit faster, like as if to try to catch up with him, but like slowly. Like she's not running, but she's definitely walking faster than he is. Hate that.
Yeah. No.
Oh, no. Cannot.
I would start sprinting. Even,
Dude,
like,
I would have
as
started
fast as I can.
sprinting like probably the first little brush I heard. Like,
Right.
I would
like,
never have given it one opportunity for me to see that shadow. No. So he decides as this little boy, because we have to remember he's like a little tiny boy, like 10 years old probably. And he was like, let me just test it. So he would speed up walking, and then he would go really slow. And every time he did it, this like thing would do the same thing that he did. So like if he started walking really fast, it would start walking really fast. If he like really slowly walked and took like really long strides, so would that thing. So don't like that either. But at least it's not chasing him, I guess. you know?
Yeah. But, like, oh my God. Is he at his house yet? Like, come on.
No, he's still walking. So he's
Oh my
walking.
God.
He can see his house. Once
Okay.
he sees his house, he goes full on sprint.
Okay,
Which
good,
finally,
good.
Michael,
Yeah.
like, come on. We should have been sprinting this whole time. So he runs up the steps of his house, opens the door, gets in his house, locks the door behind him. He's made it. Thank goodness he made it. So quickly, as soon as he locks the door, he's the only person in the house. He goes to the window. He's like, I gotta see, like, if this thing is still following me. He gets to the window, looks out the window, and he sees none other than this legend he's heard his entire life, Huggin Molly, walking past his house. She doesn't even stop. She doesn't even turn her head to look at him in any way. She just keeps walking past his house. And boom, never to be seen again by this man. So, in my opinion, it's giving he's not who she was looking for. You know?
I mean, true. But also, I have a feeling like this lady, I mean, she seems nice enough. Like, I don't know if she would follow him into the house.
Yeah, I kind of feel like maybe she can't.
Yeah. Either she can't or she just doesn't want to.
Yeah.
She's like, okay, fine, I'll just find somebody else if you don't hug me.
Exactly. Or maybe, like, because she does like shadows. So, like, maybe she's like, this is too out in the open for me to be, like, giving this boy a hug. You know, like, too many people are going to see me. So maybe I shouldn't, you know. I don't know. But, yeah, that is the legend of Huggin Molly.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, Molly.
Molly
See,
girl.
like, this one, I'm not too scared of her, but also, like, I don't really want to come across her either.
100%.
So.
That's exactly how I feel. Like, she's fine if she just stays in Alabama and I don't ever see her. Because, like, I don't know. And also, like, I don't really know. I don't know. But you know what would be cool? Going to the restaurant. I would go eat at the restaurant. Yep. Apparently, it's really good food. They have really good, like, reviews. So that's funny.
I was going to say, it's like, I'm guessing it's like American cuisine.
Yeah, it's like family style American. So, like, fried chicken probably is my assumption. Maybe burgers, you know, the typical little restaurant.
Let's go.
I'm down. But, like, what if we see her? Because it's there. Oh. Like, it's there. And now I'm like, I bet the whole city just, like, is all about this legend. Kind of like Point Pleasant has, like, Mothman. Like, Abbeville has Huggin Molly.
Yeah.
Like, that's cool.
And, like, their legend is just, like, it's just a person, though. Like, a really tall lady.
But that's, like, really tall. That's not, I mean. That's true. Oh, no. Just even the vision of her that I get in my head, like, when I think about it, 7 feet tall is really tall. That's really tall. I don't know if I've ever met anybody that's 7 feet tall.
I mean, it is really tall, but I think that is possible to be that tall.
Well, no, it's definitely possible. But I've never even seen anybody like over, I don't know, 6'6" maybe? 6'7"?
Yeah. No, yeah. I don't think I really have
Let us know if you're 7 feet tall or close, because I really just know. Like, I would like to stand beside you, please.
Yeah, if you're that tall and your name is Molly.
Well, yeah, or if you're just Huggin Molly, if you're listening out there. I was gonna say, come see me. Don't, please. I don't need a hug. I don't really like hugs anyway, so definitely don't need a hug from a 7 foot tall ghost lady. And I definitely don't want her screaming in my ear. That's
okay. Yeah, that part.
That part.
I don't like.
No, most definitely not. But definitely go check out our Instagram. You're going to want to see some renditions of Huggin Molly. And I'm trying to see some pictures of this book. Is there like a picture of this apple?
Yes.
No?
So I said, I told you, like, it's sort of like a necklace.
Yeah,
it looks like.
Yeah.
It looks like a necklace with like an apple charm.
See, I can't wait to see it. So definitely
and it has,
go
like,
look at our Instagram for that.
Little gems on it.
Oh, what color gems?
Yeah. Like red. I mean.
Yeah. Apple. I should have guessed. Yeah. Love that. But yeah. Also,
let me see actually if I can send it to you. You can keep talking, but
oh yeah, I was just gonna say, please go rate and review us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. And if you're listening on Spotify, we also post like little questions or polls. So just scroll down like on the listening page and you can vote. We always have a fun little question. And if you're not listening on Spotify, listen on Spotify. Just kidding. Listen wherever you want. I just am a Spotify stan, personally.
Yes, exactly.
We love Spotify.
Yeah, but let me send you this picture so you can react in real time.
Yes. We need my real-time reaction. I
feel like it's not going to be what you imagine, but...
Oh, okay. It's way bigger than I thought it was going to be. Oh, and it says... That's pretty much the actual size, too. That's way bigger than I thought.
Well, who knows how big this was, though, because, you know...
Oh, yeah. No, I know what you're saying. Like,
it's 92% actual size. It says that on there, but that's in the printed version.
Mm-hmm.
So...
Wow, okay, so I can describe it. It's like a little pendant. Okay, what I was imagining was like a fully gold apple, like a literal round apple. This is more like an apple slice.
Yeah. Yeah, it's an apple like cut in half.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and it has like, it does have red jewels. Honestly, that's pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Yeah, it's cute.
Wow, okay. I'm just so curious where this could be. Like, that is so crazy. I wonder how much money it's worth. That's what I want to know.
I mean...
Definitely a lot.
See, I don't know, because it's like, is it actually real gold?
That's the question. But I feel like it has to be.
See, like, yeah, for one, it's like, is it real gold? Is it real little gems or whatever?
Mm-hmm.
And if it is... like how much are they worth, but then also I feel like it adds value that it's like a treasure like this.
Yeah, definitely. Also, if it's the case that this is like some kind of magical necklace that will produce a lot of fruit, I'm definitely trying to get it, and I'm not selling it. I'm trying to make some money.
I mean, it could. I don't know. That's just like the story in the book, but that could be real too.
I know, it could be. That's what I'm saying.
I just sent you a picture of like the cover of the book too that was sold.
Oh. Okay. Ooh, the golden apple tail.
And that is really rare as well, the book.
Wow.
So
that's crazy.
Probably worth a lot of money.
Oh, that's definitely worth a lot of money. That's so crazy. I really can't. I cannot move past that story. It's really going to stick with me. Like, where is this? We got to go to, where is it? Michigan? We got to go.
Yeah.
We got to go.
Michigan.
I'm on the way, Michigan. I know somebody that lives in Michigan. Oh. One step closer. Anyways. Let's go. I guess we're going to go to Michigan. Just kidding. Maybe soon, though. Anyways, I guess that's pretty much all I have for you guys this week. What about you, Savannah?
Yeah, that is all I have.
Okay, well then, I guess we will see you guys next week.
All right, cue the music.